you. I'm giving you girls Barney teas today. You love me.
Ain't no realness in that bitch. That catfish tragic. Online savage, real life average.
Welcome to another YouTube installment of me running my mouth. I have no idea why you guys are continuing to listen to my silly ass. But here we are. I love y'all so much. What is going on? Let's get into it. First of all, make sure that you're going over to patreon.com/AdrianExpression, okay? I just put up a new episode of the podcast over there entitled A Season of Growth. As usual, we discussed all the topics that the patrons sent in, all the questions and comments that the patrons sent in, and I also broke down the latest episode of Insecure, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. My foot is placed firmly, it's planted firmly on Molly's neck. Go ahead, check it out. So as I'm sure you can tell, there are a whole lot of things happening, a lot of calamity going on across the country. I am tired of these depressing ass news headlines, so we're definitely going to be focusing on a few of the subjects that it's going to be fun to talk about. Now, the first one is the fact that y'all are trying to really come for my neck over what I said about Avatar The Last Airbender or Avatar series in general, okay? Now, the reason why this is a whole topic of discussion is because, as you know, if you have not been living under a whole ass boulder, screw the rock at this point, Avatar The Last Airbender all seasons are on Netflix. So, of course there's going to be a discussion, and I just happen to say that as annoying as Aang was as the Avatar, Korra is the shittier Avatar, and people were just pissed. I was like, girl, don't be mad at me. Be mad at your girl for ruining the connection to the past Avatars forever. Like, it's not my fault. I didn't do that. Your girl did. I don't know if people took it as me saying that I don't like the show Korra, and it's just like, no, in my opinion, I think that Korra was the least interesting one on her own show. I don't know how that happened. But I'm just playing around. I'm not dragging y'all girl or anything like that, and Aang is not perfect either, but let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do you think that Aang was a better Avatar than Korra, or vice versa? Do you think I'm lying and wrong? Also, please leave in the comments what type of bender you'd want to be. I can't pick one. I feel like if anything, I probably would give the girls a little bit of fire. You see what I'm saying? But then when you're thinking of bending, you also have to think of like the offshoots, like metal bending and lava bending. You have to think of, lightning bending and all of that. You have to figure out which one you actually want to use. I think I would definitely be detonating some fire blasts in these girls' faces. Let me cover one more TV topic really quickly since we're already in that arena. I saw that 13 Reasons Why released a trailer for their upcoming season. Now, I'm not sure why this show is still running after everyone done said, hey, this shit is harmful, get this shit off of Netflix. Like, I don't understand why society has definitely progressed past the point of needing 13 Reasons Why. It never did, actually. But the fact that I honestly thought that shit was canceled. I didn't realize it was still running. It's like, goddamn, I don't understand how Hannah Baker is a better content creator than I am, and she's dead. Man, if I was on that TV show, I'd be like, girl, we say RIP for a reason. Rest your ass in peace. Sis is leaving tapes around the town like this shit is Dora the Explorer, Blue's Clues, like it's a scavenger hunt, like we in Easter looking for some eggs from a damn rabbit. I don't understand. I just want to say that I saw the trailer pop up. I was like, girl, I didn't realize the show was even still a thing in this universe. I know we live in a multiverse, but in this particular universe, it's still going on for what? Girl, if you don't call Doctor Strange so I can go through portals, girl, I'm tired of seeing that shit. All right, let's move on over to the music industry. So Russell Wilson posted this. My inspiration, my best friend, full of love, joy, and grace. I thank Jesus. Come on, white Jesus. I thank Jesus for you being able to lead and guide you. Your future is forever endless, and I pray you swim into every opportunity and obstacle in life with this much love and enthusiasm. Happy 6th birthday, future Daddy loves you. Now, of course, me being, somewhat of a sane human being, I won't give myself too much, but somewhat of a sane human being, I think, I have some level of logic. It's sitting there somewhere, right? You have to dig a little bit for it, but it's still there. Me having those qualities, I didn't see anything wrong with that. But then here come the skid mark in your underwear having future hive. They were upset about, they were even more upset. 'Cause anytime they see, I don't know if it triggers something in them because, you know, Russell Wilson is something that they did not have as, you know, growing up. They didn't have no type of figure like that to look to. Maybe that's where it comes from, but the Future Hive, they're definitely not featuring this. The Future fans are they were going hard as hell. I saw some of them say, oh, we're gonna have to come see about you, Russell Wilson, or he gonna have to see about you. I'm just like, don't give y'all's deity Future too much, because if nobody's shooting, Russell Wilson is going to snap Future's ass in half like the twig that he shaped like, just like me. Future is built like me, girl. Imagine me trying to fight Russell Wilson for what? Hey, girl, sit your ass down. And all jokes aside, the reason why it is actually alarming is because these are the same type of people, and I put this on Twitter, these are the same type of people who will be quick to defend Boosie. You know, but then when Russell Wilson's out here doing what? Being nice to a child that is not his, raising a child that is not his, it's just, that's when y'all are mad? Do you know how inverted that bullshit is? Y'all have it all messed up. I don't understand how you can be more angry at Russell Wilson for stepping up and being a figure, being a role model for the child of the person that he's with, of Sierra. You're more mad at him than you are at Future for dipping like a goddamn nacho chip when it's time for him to take care of his responsibility. I don't get it. What are y'all mad about? But see, this is why I always say you have to establish your own set of values and your own set of morals. You have to establish your own self-esteem, because if you listen or if you allow some of these naysayers or people who don't have any type of ability to think for themselves, or people who are stuck in ignorance, you will really mess yourself up. You will be doing the right thing, and if you listen to what these idiots are saying, you'll be looking around like, oh my goodness, okay, like, should I stop doing it? Should I change? It's just like, no, don't listen to these miserable ass people. I mean, people are really like, oh my goodness, that's not his kid. I don't know why Russell is saying happy birthday, daddy loves you. It's just like, okay, so would y'all rather Russell just be negligent with him? What do y'all want Russell to do? And y'all call him corny, y'all call him all this other type of shit, but he takes care of his goddamn family. Like, how is that corny? I don't understand. It seems like a lot of unpacking and like childhood trauma that a lot of people have, and we all have our issues and our traumas and shit, but that's definitely stemming from a deeper place. Some of y'all really got to take care of that. And like I said before, especially the way that y'all approach that Boosie conversation, a lot of y'all who talking like this, y'all don't need to have kids. Y'all don't need to have kids, period. So I really wasn't gonna talk about this topic, and I don't think I'll spend a whole lot of time on it, and I always say that and I end up running my mouth, but this whole Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, and 6ix9ine thing took over the whole timeline. I think 2 days ago or yesterday, and the girls were going absolutely crazy. Apparently 6ix9ine was like trying to call out Ariana Grande for, oh my goodness, it's bots. I don't know how y'all got the #1 spot and my ass is up there. All these people got bots listening to their music and bots buying their music, and that's why they made #1. And it was this huge thing. Ariana Grande went up onto Instagram and tried to respond to 6ix9ine with this long ass paragraph saying, well girl, if you try me, she was just like, nuck if you bug. The fans are actually buying the music. Only 4 purchases can come from 1 card. Don't discredit women. Don't discredit hardworking women. I play by the rules. I did not have a #1 single for the first 5 years of my career. And she said that didn't bother her because she truly loved music and the fans and all this. So she basically told 6ix9ine to shut his dumb ass the fuck right on up, okay? His Care Bear built ass hair, Teletubby built ass hair. She told his, Power Ranger built ass hair to get on out her face. That's really what happened. And of course, Justin Bieber came up in here. He really thought he was doing something, talking about, oh, well, if you say Ariana Grande's name, you gotta say mine too. It's just like, okay, ooh, okay, okay, Justin, girl. So they were really, tag teaming 6ix9ine ass. I don't know, I just feel like the best way to deal with 6ix9ine is to not deal with him, Because I feel like that's how he eats. He just thrives off of stupid ass, dumb ass trolling and negativity. And I guess it's successful because he's making a whole bunch of money. But, I feel like if I was a huge entertainer or some shit like that, I would literally, since he's so juvenile and childish, put his ass in a timeout. Let him talk to himself in his own goddamn corner. I've done that with people already. It's just like, let them go wherever they want to go on whatever type of platform and talk all type of shit they want. Because at the end of the day, if you have to constantly do that in order to stay relevant, or if you have to constantly make mess and drama and shit like that, first of of all, I know you're exhausted because that's a performance. So I know you're exhausted and you have to keep it up in order to stay at whatever level you think you at. Second of all, that's fucking fraudulent. So I guess you'll impress the fraudulent ass motherfuckers and weird people, but just keep all that shit away from me. He's like a damn zit. He's like a pimple to me. So I wish I spoke about this the day that it happened. Joe Biden and Stacey Abrams were on MSNBC, and apparently everyone, like people were saying, okay, you brought Stacey Abrams here, it must be this big announcement. Even the host said it, like, okay, this big announcement, maybe you're gonna make her VP or whatever it is. The host handed it over to Joe Biden. Stacey Abrams over here smiling, maybe because she thought he was going to announce her as his pick for vice president, but that definitely did not happen, okay? As he continued to speak, he said, I brought Stacey here because the host was like, okay, do you have an announcement? And Joe was like, well, the reason I brought Stacey here was because she's gonna make sure that we get a good and fair vote. She's gonna make sure everybody can vote. And I think that, and he ended the whole thing with, and I think that she is an incredibly capable person. And that smile turned to a frown real quick. And the reason I think this is funny is because she was tossing herself in front of trains, in front of bullets and spears for Joe Biden. She was over here dying on the I believe Joe Biden hill, even though, like I said, this man is touching and feeling up people while cameras are rolling in front of press events, in front of government events, right? She said, I believe women, but I believe Joe. I believe creepy ass touch him up Joe. You know, like she was sacrificing her whole self for this man, and she didn't get shit out of it. That's the same thing I was saying about Simone Sanders. That's the same thing I say about Diamond and Silk. Girl, they will use your, Stacey, you didn't know what they was using your ass for. Stacey, it was literally using you as the black and woman token. That's the only strategy they have for you. I mean, I don't understand how I'm not involved in politics. I don't claim to know a whole lot about government, but even I could have seen what they were doing with your ass. Like, why did she go up there acting surprised? I don't understand. Am I the only one who saw that shit? Please tell me I'm not alone. Like, y'all had to have seen how they were using her and what ways they were using. And that's why I always say, I was talking about in my podcast, like, everything that glitters is not gold, girl. Why are you giving up your whole soul like that in exchange for something that you thought was gonna happen, even though, like, I could have seen that was never gonna happen, right? And you didn't even get into the position yet, right? So if you had to do all that to audition for that position, what do you think you were gonna do when you got in that position? Look what you had to sacrifice before you even got there. What were you gonna be doing when you were there? It is not worth it. Now, I will end this video talking about the phenomena, the social phenomena that we call Karens. Now, Karens are usually middle-aged white women who do not mind their business, and they're actually very aggressive. They are thugs. They like to manipulate, they like to lie, and they like to call the police for no reason. You may want to just make light of this specific breed of person, like, oh, it's not that serious. Like, yeah, they freaking out, but they're not really that dangerous. They actually are. Look at this. I have no idea what the context is behind, like the full context is behind this, but look how this person is lying.
Because this is unlawful.
Ma'am, he's running me over.
No, I'm not.
Ma'am, hurry, please, hurry. Mike, please, hurry. He just ran off and he's still moving. Please, ma'am, please, hurry.
And it's just like, you really have to record. You really have to record. Because when the police come and be like, well, I heard her acting in distress saying that your ass running her over, you have to record these people. Every time this shit happens and I'm just like thinking about what I would do if that happens to me, I wonder if I would even be thinking about, oh, I have to record this. Because everyone says, oh, I would do this. And yeah, I would make sure to record. I would do that while looking at someone else in the situation. But when you're there, when you're in there, your body tends to react in different ways. And if she's screaming and saying that she's being hurt by me and the police is coming, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about self-preservation at this point. I don't know if my mind would go to like remembering that I have a whole phone that I can record, right? But that wasn't even the kicker, because I think that shit is just so, that's evil, okay? That's evil. But this right here, this is sick.
Hey,
That shit is disgusting without COVID-19, okay? That shit is nasty without COVID-19, okay? But she talking about in your face while we going through a whole pandemic. Fuck wrong with you? What's wrong with you? If somebody do a roundhouse kick like Kim Possible on your ass, like she going Kim Possible on your ass, and end up snapping them brittle ass ankles that were exposed by them tired ass capris and that ugly ass long ass lizard ass tongue that was hanging out your mouth like a goddamn Tyrannosaurus Rex, girl, I will punch your ass back into the Jurassic era, girl. And that's attempted murder, girl. That's attempted murder. I hope that somebody finds that Komodo dragon and puts her in the habitat where she belongs, okay? Cage her ass and escort her to the wilderness. And when a vaccine comes out, don't give it to her ass. Period. Dummy. But yeah, on that note, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, make sure that you go to patreon.com/AdrianExpression so you can listen to my latest episode, read my articles, get all the content first. Love you so much. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.